business to go to another level. You must try to learn and hear something new. So make the change today. So don't procrastinate and see your business grow and change. So check out Drastic Results, yeah, with Tony Harris Taylor. Tony Harris Taylor. Drastic Results, oh yeah, with Tony Harris Taylor. Yeah.
Welcome to the Marketing Strategies for Drastic Results show. My name is Tony Harris Taylor, and I am the CEO and founder of Drastic Results Marketing and Sales Coaching, where I teach entrepreneurs and franchisees how to get known, get connected, and get paid. Then I am also a multi-unit franchise owner with Network in Action. Network in Action brings together business owners to create more connections, collaborations, and ultimately get more intentional clients and referrals. They call me the networking queen too, and so I think I'll own that as well. Welcome to today's show. Today's show is about hiring a coach and why, as a franchisee, you might need a coach. My first time hiring a coach was in 2003. I remember it well because at that time I was in financial services, commission based only. The stock market had fallen since 2000 to 2003, and my leadership kept saying, Tony, you need a coach. And I was like, I can't afford a coach. But they were successful and they knew my situation. And I said, if these men are telling me I need a coach, I'm going to stretch and I'm going to get a coach. And I did. And to this day, almost every year, I have consistently had some sort of coaches who have helped me to see what I could not see, helped me to believe in myself when I didn't believe in myself. Coaches who gave me permission to do what I knew I needed to do anyway, but I felt some kind of way. So those coaches actually helped me to get my mindset right so I can be myself drastic. In 2005, I started networking professionally, and it wasn't going well. It just flat out was not going well. And I went to an event and I met a lady who was a marketing coach, much like I am today, and she taught networking. And I hired her. She had a 8-week program for $6,000 in 2005. And at that time, I did not have the money, but I had resources, and I tapped into my retirement plan and withdrew the money to hire the coach. And to this day, if I had to pay her a renewal fee, I would, because she changed the trajectory of my life, not just my business, my life, by teaching me how to network. So listen, nobody, pretty much, unless you've already been coaching like me, you haven't earmarked money for coaching. You need to find the resources and get a coach. Get the right coach. Get the coach with a track record. And I like to have coaches who connect me. I'm not hiring any more coaches who are selfish. I hire coaches who open doors for me, just like I do for my clients. So when we come back, you're going to meet one of my coaching clients, now turned collaborative partner. We're going to talk about that. How did that happen? And so it's Arba Cooper, and you might have heard me talk about Arba. That's the other thing. She hired me, and I've gotten so much value from her. And so you're going to get to meet Arba, hear what we're up to Hear why, as a franchisee, she knew she needed a coach so that she could take her life and business to the next level. We'll be right back with my girl, Arba Cooper.
Are you a franchisor grappling with how to stimulate your franchisees' growth and revenue? Are the phrases, "I'm not comfortable networking," "I'm an introvert"? Enter Tony Harris Taylor, your answer to these challenges. With her expert guidance and program, you can empower your franchisees to conquer networking and community outreach. Tony's program is designed to equip your franchisees with the skills and confidence to show up to the right events with the right people. It goes beyond making connections. It's about nurturing and leveraging these relationships. It's about following up, collaborating, and generating leads and referrals to maximize conversions. And ultimately, increased revenue for your franchisees and for you, the franchisor. Are you ready to unlock this potential? Reach out to us at 832-479-2088. Let's embark on this journey of growth and success together.
Welcome back. You're with my girl, Arba Cooper. Arba, can you please introduce yourself in your own words?
Thank you, Tony. My name is Arba Cooper, and I am the digital technologist. What that means is that there's pretty much not anything digital that I don't know how to do. But what my joy is web design. I've been a web designer since 1999, but I realized that my clients needed more than just websites. So with that, I also help them, I train them on their marketing, because to really be most effective in marketing, you need to know how to do it, whether you do it yourself or hire someone. So that includes email marketing, social media, videos, pretty much anything. And now working with Tony, I'm teaching them more about networking.
I love that. Thank you. That is awesome. So you got a story behind your business. What is your passion and your motivation for starting your business?
Well, I actually, my degree is electrical engineering, and back in the 90s, I was very successful, young, in my 30s, married with children, small children, and I was happy as an engineer. But my hairstylist needed some business cards. And back in the 90s, that was before Vistaprint, Canva, and all these other easy things. And hairstylists needed unique business cards, unique marketing. And so I told her, I said, hey, I'll do some business cards for you. And I did her business cards. She loved them. The other hairstylists loved them. She started referring me. And that's when I saw that there was a real need. Not that I was looking for the money, but the need in the beauty industry for custom, unique marketing materials. So I started doing that, enjoying it. It was my little side hustle. But then at that time, HP was trying to move me into a management position. And I was not interested in management whatsoever. So I said, hey, let me take this little side hustle and make it a business. Well, I didn't know anything about having my own business. I've always worked in corporate. So I had my 401k, stock options, savings, all of that. And I figured I got enough money. Let me just try this, try that. And I was spending my money left and right, left and right. Some things worked, some things didn't. But because I was not keeping my personal finances separate from my business finances, because I didn't know any better, I didn't have anybody telling me, I'm thinking I'm smart enough to figure it out. Well, after a while, foreclosure letters started coming for the house. And I wasn't telling my husband anything because I was thinking I was going to turn it around. I'm smart. I can make it work. Then the car was repossessed. And then I eventually lost my marriage. And all of that was because although I was smart as an engineer, I knew nothing about building a business, about being an entrepreneur. So I ended up losing everything. That was in Atlanta. I had to come back home, live with my parents, and start all over again.
Yeah. And so I remember when we got this story out in coaching, and then you said, this is what led you to coaching. So talk about your purchase of a franchise, and then why did you need a coach in addition to being a franchisee?
Right. So after I got out of my depression, because I went through a depression where I didn't want anything to do with business. But what happened is I got a full-time job working at a marketing agency. And I started noticing the clients that we had with the marketing agency were struggling like I was struggling with my business, and they're paying hundreds and thousands of dollars for their monthly contracts, and they're not getting the results they thought they should get. And it just really hurt my heart. And so, I was like, I really want to help these solo entrepreneurs. So this time around, I really prayed about it. And I said, I'm going to do it right. And I actually, while I was listening to a webinar, I have found out about owning a franchise. And so I was like, there's franchises for networking, and I didn't know that. So I was, yeah. So I was presented with a couple of options. And, funny enough how things turn around, one of the options was NIA. That was a little too pricey for me at the time. So I went with another one that was pretty much just getting started, didn't have a lot of the chapters that NIA has, but I felt that with this, I could get the training I needed. I could get the leverage, be able to work with the other chapters. And so I purchased that franchise, and shortly into it, that's when I realized that they were pretty much a startup. And I've learned, one thing I learned, when you lose everything, when you lose all your money, you think a lot quicker. You jump back a lot quick. Pivot might be the word. So I was like, oh no, before I, go down the trail again of losing everything, I'm going to look for professional help. And I talked it over with my husband. And I told him that I really feel that I need to get someone that can help me with this franchise, because the franchisor wasn't. So, so that's when I watch webinars as I work. All day I watch webinars. And Tony showed up on a SCORE webinar. And her personality and what she talked about, and then the fact that she was talking about the very NIA, which was the franchise that I passed up on, I said, oh, this is the one. I gotta contact her, because she can help me get to where I need to go with my franchise.
Well, and Arba has been the perfect client, like avatar, perfect. And so perfect that, first of all, let me tell you what makes a perfect coaching client so you can determine, audience, if you are ready or not. Number one, you are ready to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
She didn't necessarily have all the funds, but she figured it out to make it happen. Number two, and let me back up and say, Arba's about being debt free. All right. So she figured it out, made it happen, and got it paid off. Number two, she was ready to do the work. She was ready to do anything. She tried anything once that I told her. Did she give me pushback? Yes. And I don't even mind that, because all I ask my coaching clients to do is try it once. Let's debrief it, figure out if we need to try it again. And she did that, found out that I was right. And she said, I had to eat crow
many times.
And then by her being the person she is, by the way, we twin a lot. Personality wise, once I really got intimate with her and we went to Canada together, we're going to the Dominican this year together.
You came here to Buffalo?
Yeah, I came to Buffalo. So if you're going to hire me as a coach, become family.
Yes.
And literally, she's like a sister to me. And so our journeys have been very similar. But because of the way she showed up, I decided, she decided, Tony, we need to do something together. We need to collaborate. So tell them what we're doing together.
Well, actually, the way I came about that was that I'm a real hands-on person. Like I said, my background is in engineering, and I love web design. So I love the doing it. So the reason I was a good client for Tony was Tony gave me the strategy. She would give me the why. Why do I need to do something? And once I understood the why, the doing it was easy. So I wanted to be able to help the people that were already members in my little networking group. I wanted to be able to help them, but I don't like the coaching part. I don't like the why. I'm just like, just do it, and I ain't trying to explain the strategy. I'm still learning strategy. So I really wanted to help more people. But people that I knew they couldn't afford a personal coach like Tony, but I knew that if they got the guidance that I got, and then I would help them with the doing it part. So I approached Tony with the ideal. I was like, Tony, if you will work with me in a program, I got this idea, Drastic. I always joke with her and I tell her, my coach told me. So I told her I have a drastic idea that a 1-year program where we actually step by step help solo entrepreneurs to understand marketing, so the why behind it and the doing it. And if you will just grace us with your presence just once a month, that's what I say. Grace us with, and they're feeling it though. Just drop the strategy, give us the guidance, give us the roadmap, and then I'll do, the rest. And that's how we came up with I came up with the idea, but Tony came up with the strategy on how to implement it.
Rebootmarketing.net. You can see it behind her shoulder there. And if you are that person she described, check out that landing page. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to ask 2 questions I ask all my guests. You don't even know what they are. So we'll be right back. Okay, we are back with Arba Cooper, the digital technologist. So, Arba, what's the biggest drastic step you've ever taken in business?
In business? I mean, honestly, they're all drastic because I I come up with an idea, and then I actually look for a solution, or I look for something for that idea. And so the money part of it, I'll tell you this part. What I learned early on is that if you have a strong enough vision and you want to do something, then yeah, the money should never be the obstacle. So it's hard to say because I've done so many drastic. You almost have to ask me what's the recent, what's the most recent
Well, what's the most recent drastic step you've taken?
Well, probably this book. Oh, it doesn't show up that good. Yeah, it doesn't show up with that
Yeah.
background. But anyway, this book. So Tony, part of the coaching that Tony had talked about was to write a book. And this was one of the things that I bucked with her. I'm not going to write a book. There's so many how-to books in digital marketing. You could watch YouTube, blah, blah, blah. I gave her every excuse under the sun that I wasn't going to write a book. But then every time I share my story, my why am I doing what I'm doing? Then people are like, wow, you should write a book. You should write a book. So it actually got down to the point where Tony had a deadline that this book was supposed to be done. I don't even think I told her, because I think I kept pushing off. I said, I'm not writing a book. I'm not writing a book. But then when she was promoting the other authors, they're writing books and we're going to promote them all at this conference. And then I was like, I want to write a book.
She ain't going to be left out. Not going to be left out.
And I think I did it in probably 60 days. And I asked her, I said, what's the minimum amount of pages to be considered a book? So I did it. It's 50 pages with pictures, but it's my personal story. And that really is the most recent drastic thing I've done. And it has touched lives, just like she told me.
Yeah.
Like she told me.
Tell them what the title is.
The title is Not Arbitrary. And it's about my leaps of faith to a purposeful life, because I have realized that, and I'm looking, everyone has a purpose in life, and we're not created to live randomly or make random choices. So that's what helped me to realize that yes, my good and bad choices have all led me to my purpose.
And then my next question that I ask every guest is, how has networking helped you in business?
Oh, wow. It has helped me tremendously because, as I said, I left. Well, when I was with HP, I was in California, which is and at that time, corporate, and even with the hair, when I had started my business with the hairstylist, I mean, just a lot of, it's who you know, and they were referring me to this person and that person. Then when I went to Atlanta was booming, and you get referred to people, and I had to come back here to Buffalo, New York. I was like, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. And then when Tony taught me, in which I bucked against a lot of what she was teaching me then, but when she taught me I need to expand outside of this area, I need to get on these calls, I need to follow up with people, just all of these different strategies. And it has just changed my life, because if I depended on doing what I'm doing here in this local area, I would not make it. And every connection, major connection I've made has been outside of this area, and it's been through the networking strategies.
I love it, because she did. She bucked me on virtual networking. She didn't believe that and everybody now that she does business with is somewhere else for the most part. Just for the most part. So trust me and trust your coach, because your coach has your best interest at heart for the most part. Now, there's some shiesty coaches out there. So
now I want to correct one. I mean, not correct to say,
go ahead.
I believe everything you say because I see you do it. But I just didn't want to do it. I was like, that's the thing. I was like, that's good for you. That'll work for you, but I'm not going to do it. That's the thing. Everything that Tony teaches and coaches is because she's doing it and it's working. But
Right.
you get
I'm
those.
leading the way. I'm
Yeah.
taking the first drastic steps in front of my clients, and I be throwing spaghetti against the wall to see if it sticks too sometimes. Most
Yeah.
of the time it does, but at least my clients have the confidence that I'm not just telling them what to do.
Right.
I am showing them by example. So,
Right.
well, tell everybody how to get in touch with you.
Yes. So I love one-on-ones now. That is the best. And so what I've done is following after you. I don't know if you ever noticed, I finally did come up with my own little short thing. So you can go to arbameet.com, and that's how you can schedule a one-to-one with me. And I'm on LinkedIn as Arba Cooper. That's showing up there as well. And then of course the Reboot Marketing. We are still taking participants.
Yes.
Yes.
And we want you all to be a part of our family, because once you become a part of our network, and Arba does it too, because she watched me do it. She refers you to people, places, and things that are going to help your business. So make sure that you get in touch with us. And also, Arba is excellent at websites. And Arba introduced me to a program called NowSite, which is the foundation of what we teach in Reboot Marketing. And I have made more money because of it. This is when it's a win-win-win all around. So, Arba, I love you. Thank you so much for trusting me and getting drastic every step of the way. All right, we're going to take another break. Oh, you're welcome. We're going to take another break, and we'll be right back with my final thoughts. That's right. Get your copy of Show Up, Be Up, Follow Up to Blow Up. You can get it at showuptoblowup.com, which will point you directly to Amazon to pick up your copy of the book. Wasn't that a great conversation? That, hiring a coach, I know it sounds self-serving for me to say that, but the truth is, whether you hire me or someone else, you can't see what's going on in your business because you're too close to the business. Why would a coach, me, who has many, many years of experience in business, hire another coach? Because they can see what I can't. So please reach out to me if you're interested in connecting with me for coaching. Reach out to Arba for the rebootmarketing.net. Get yourself a coach. And don't forget, sharing is caring. So share this everywhere on your social medias so that we can help more people to get drastic. My name is Tony Harris Taylor, saying take a drastic step today for a fantastic tomorrow, and we'll see you next week. Bye.